Hey there, super busy day at Satin Hill Farm, but first things first, got a delivery of wood chips coming. All right, got the delivery. Really excited about this. Needed this to get the walkways done and a bunch of other mulching. So really happy we got this here. Probably get rid of most of this pretty quickly. And there's so many tree companies around here. And people always ask me, like, how do you get wood chips? And it depends on your area, but the reality is just call every company and get on their list. And eventually someone will call you. And you know, there's some areas where there aren't as many, there's not as much tree work and not as many tree companies, but around here we got plenty. So got a nice warm pile of wood chips to start spreading out. Well, Gene brought over a cement mixer, and I'm gonna talk about how I'm gonna use this in a second. This is the one that he had used for his trommel. If you guys haven't seen that compost video, I'll leave a link down below. He used this with a contraption on here to do some separating for the compost. But today, I'm gonna be mixing up a fertilizer blend that I'm gonna be using on my farm, so let me talk about that. So I will still be using compost, but I also will be using a fertilizer. And you know, in the past, like this past year, I was using a mixture of feather meal and alfalfa meal as my fertilizer mix. And this year, I'm going off a recommendation from Spencer Rudolph at Sage Hill Ranch Gardens. And I got to visit him in February. He has an incredible farm, and I will leave a link down below to check out the video I did with him. I also had a great conversation with him at Growers Live a few weeks ago, and I talked to him a lot about fertilizers and stuff, and he gave me this recommendation, so that's what we're gonna go with. I will leave all the percentages in the description down below so you guys can check that out later. But keep in mind that this is just what I'm doing. This isn't the answer. This may not work for everybody. This may not even work for me, but I always show you what I'm doing and then make adjustments and let you know how things are going. I got all these ingredients from Country Farm and Home, which is a store in Pittsburgh, North Carolina. And if you're in the area, please check them out. I'll leave a link down below for them too. Highly recommend supporting them, and they have so much cool stuff there. But here we go. Let's get into the mix. So first of all, we have 25% fish meal, 25% alfalfa meal, 25% feather meal, 15% kelp, 5% biochar, and lastly 5% humic acid. So that's the mix, and what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna be mixing it up in the cement mixer, and that way I can mix up a whole bunch at once, so I'm not having to mix a batch for each bed or every 2 beds. I'll have a whole bunch, and I go in there and I'll be using 3.5 pounds per bed. I'll make adjustments from there. So that's what I'm gonna do now. All right, so I got 140 pounds mixed up, and this is a great thing to do, especially in the winter time, because once the season rolls along and you don't have time to be doing stuff like this, you just want to go in and grab your fertilizer. So this should be good for a few months. I mean, I don't know how many beds that is, but it's quite a bit. So it's so good to get this done. And so we're gonna be planting out the bits and beds today, so I want to get this in the ground. It's one of the reasons why I want to get this done today. And so I'll be adding, as I said, 3.5 pounds per bed flip, and I'll also still be adding that 5 buckets of compost. So great use for one of these tools. Gene says he loves it for mixing up potting mix and obviously sifting the compost and now mixing up, you know, fertilizer. So super cool. But we'll see how this goes this year, and I'll obviously keep you guys posted on the new fertilizer blend. One more thing about this fertilizer blend, if you are going to try to do something like this at home, is that you may not be able to get all the ingredients, but use whatever's a good substitute. I'm not an expert in all these ingredients. I'm just starting to use some of them for the first time. I'm going off for recommendations. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to help you guys with substitutes, but I would ask around or ask your farm store where you're getting the materials from if you can't get those sorts of things. So don't stress out about all the little details. And as I said, some of these ingredients I haven't really used much, and I will let you guys know how it goes. Trying to get the beds ready to plant today. And one thing is we're going to use these wood chips we just got delivered. And my favorite way to transport them and to put them out in the beds is to use a little cart like this. Is a Vermont cart, and this is the smaller one, but it holds 6 buckets, and you can just fill it up just like this. And the beauty is, the easiest way to get the wood chips into the walkways is with buckets too. So this way, we can fill it up just like this, ready to transport and then ready to install. So I've tried a bunch of different methods for this, and realistically, the bucket is just the easiest way to do this, the most accurate and the quickest. And if you guys are wondering why I put wood chips in my walkways, well, one is weed suppression, but the other thing is it adds a lot of fungal life to the soil, and it works really well with a bacterially dominated soil. There's no walls between the walkway and the bed, so the microbiology and the worms and all that stuff can go wherever they need to and get things. So it brings a lot of diversity, and I really do like using it. Also holds water, keeps the beds intact too, because a lot of times when you're building raised beds, they'll tend to sort of on the corners or the shoulders, they'll fall off and sort of widen out and flatten out. This kind of holds everything together, makes it sort of one unit. I did a video a while ago all about wood chips in my walkways, and if you guys want to check that out, I'll put a link up here and down below. All right, so got all the wood chips done in these beds, and the walkways look amazing. And that's another reason why I like using wood chips, is it looks really nice. And don't discredit how your farm looks. It's great for marketing. It's also great for morale. When the farm looks nice, you want to work there. So looks great. Now I'm gonna start prepping these beds, at least these 4 here. I want to get these planted as soon as possible. So here's how the prep's gonna go. Since we have that brand new compost down, I'm just gonna add azomite, which I've used in the past and not used in the past. Some people really recommend it, some people but I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna give it an initial dose for the year. Probably won't dose it again until next year, or at least consider dosing until next year. And then I'll put that fertilizer blend on here. We'll tilth it and rake it and plant it. So there we go. All right, the first beds are ready to go, and I'll get these planted in a few minutes. But it's actually pretty remarkable to me because today is January 9th, and I'm sure you guys are watching this a few days later than that. But technically my time was over December 31st, so within 2 weeks of that time, ready to plant here. Granted, I started, prepping here before I was leaving Raleigh City Farm, but it's truly incredible to get the farm started this quickly. And I'm really, really excited. It feels great. One thing I forgot about is the slope is annoying. I got so used to it for farming here for 2 years, and these narrow walkways are definitely gonna have to take some getting used to as well. But overall, this looks awesome. I'm gonna get some seeds in the ground. All right, planted out. I put baby kale, arugula, spinach, and beets in here. Feels amazing, it really does. We're underway here. I'm gonna water this in and then take a break, and probably gonna start building a couple more of the beds behind the camera here. Try to get this place going as quickly as possible. I'm just gonna be hand watering for a little while until we get the whole tunnel going, and then we'll start working on the overhead and drip irrigation here, but got it planted. All right, got half these beds watered in. It's really nice. I can just pull the water hose in like through the side here, get half the beds, go to the end, water the other half. Works pretty well. I'm not gonna be hand watering in here all that much, but it is nice to have that option, especially right now. So actually, I wanted to show you guys this. This is one of my favorite little setups for watering out in the field. And I'll leave links down below for these parts. This is a Dram ball valve, and this sort of old school nozzle works great. You just twist it and adjust the flow. You can throw the water pretty far. I just love how simple it is. It works great for just watering beds and things like that. So, and it lasts forever. I like the simple stuff that lasts a long time. So just gotta bring the hose down there, water that half in, and we're good to go. All right, we pushed through, got one more bed built and the wood chips in this walkway here. So I'm gonna get this guy ready, amend it, tilt it, rake it like I did all the other beds, and I'm gonna plant it. Got another bed planted out, and this one's got baby mustard greens in it. And this now gives us 5 beds prepped and planted, and so 5 down and I think 11 to go. So we still got a lot of work to do. But man, it has not been a very long time since we got started rebuilding this farm, and I'm just blown away by how quickly it's coming together. We still got a lot more work to do, and it's not a sprint, it's more of a marathon. So we're trying to pace ourselves, but the quicker I can get this up and running, the quicker I can work on other projects. And man, just big thanks to Gene as usual. He's helped me get this going so quickly. It's just been incredible. So yeah, a lot more cool stuff coming up in terms of getting the second tunnel going, wash station, getting all the tools and stuff organized, all the irrigation. So hope you guys have been enjoying this new build out, and I've really enjoyed all of your support. It's been really cool. So hope you enjoyed this, and thank you so much for watching. Please hit subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you in the next one. 25%. All right, so now the fertilizer's all done. Done mixing up that, I don't know why I'm talking about that. I don't know if I'll use that bit. And don't discredit that. That's an important thing for your
marketing.
But yes. All right, so got all the wood chips done in these beds, and the walkways look amazing.